these up first.
Yeah, we'll do one firing a group.
And there might be rounds underneath. We're actually doing 2 per group. We'll fire one, and then we'll let a kid fire one.
Okay.
So we'll do that one. Yeah, 2 per group.
All right. Yeah, I thought they were on their way over.
Yeah, they are.
They're marching.
We're taking a good half hour.
All military guns are, the barrel weight is 100 times the weight of the projectile. So if you're firing a 12-pound projectile, you'd have a 1,200-pound barrel. This shoots an 11-pound projectile. You should have an 1,100-pound barrel. That's what the weight of a parrot is 1,100 pounds.
Okay.
This is an 800-pound barrel. Because of it being steel, it was an experimental thing to see how light they could build a cannon and make it reliable. So it had its advantages and its disadvantages. The recoil on this gun is more severe than on any other cannon of its day. The advantage to it, of course, is that it was a much lighter gun and a little more portable.
My name's Private Miswald. What you see in front of you is a 3-inch ordnance rifle. Obviously a rifled barrel. Barrel weighs 800 pounds, just over 800 pounds. Range is about 2¼ miles.
The way we did that is they made it in 3 pieces. You have iron in front, you have iron in back, and you have a soft lead sleeve. So the percussion of it would force these 2 iron ends together that expand the soft lead and grip the rifling and make it spin.
And that's then why that one is...
Right, that's why it's grooved like that. So now you can load it from the front.
Yeah.
Still fire. So you had your solid shot, and you had an exploding, which this is hollow, and the shell has a fuse on it. So when the cannon is fired, the flame will come around, light the fuse, burn down range, and then explode powder at the end.
Oh, it's not a contact fuse then?
No. Well, they did have contact fuses too. They had like a plunger on the end, but it required a high arc to go into the ground for that plunger to come up and explode the piece. And ideally, you wanted to explode over the advancing troops.
I did not realize they had those.
And then they had canister, which is a big can filled with balls, basically a big shotgun.
Those I've seen. I had no idea they had airburst ones, but with the flame come around ignited. So.
One round is in 6-pound ribs in the small
Now your revolver, is it an 1860 or?
I have I'm sorry, Remington 44.
Okay, that would be the 58 then, or? Yeah.
It's
the
an
brass.
old mess one.
Yep.
Particularly with the artillery, we dealt with a lot of horses, and so if you had a wounded horse, you had to be able to put it down. So that was the primary use of us having pistols, was putting down horses. And they really didn't want the men carrying them. 6 men manning that gun crew, manning that gun could do a whole lot more damage and defend themselves a whole lot better than 6 men with pistols trying to defend themselves.
Sure.
So they didn't want the men to, getting overrun. They didn't want them to drop their duties and start pulling out their pistol and try and defend themselves. If they stayed with the gun and kept defending themselves that way, they could better defend the